Welcome to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. This is step number 20 along the path. I'm Bill Sklodowski, and along with my friend Vicki Wagner, today we'll talk about dealing with difficult people and energies during the holiday season, and the very important personal power of being able to say no. Now, let's get started on the path for today. And welcome. This is The Practical Path. I'm Bill Sklodowski, along with my partner in crime, Vicki Wagner. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I'm freezing.
I
know.
Yeah, I know. It's cold.
I'm just an old guy complaining about the cold weather here, living in Florida. So I know that for my friends who are listening in places like where I used to live in Cleveland or wherever, I'm getting no sympathy, and I'm okay with that. I was just talking to a friend of ours in the Orlando area. We were both complaining about the cold weather, and I know. You're up there, Blue Ridge. We just checked on the weather before we started recording. 32, right at the freezing mark, 32 degrees as we record this. And again, even that's not so cold. You know, I'm watching football games this past weekend with the snow pelting down and the. I know.
That's when I stay in.
I know. So this is indeed step number 20 along the path, which I don't know if we're going to have a little, break open a little celebration or a little champagne or something for 20. That's okay.
Yeah.
This will come out just before Christmas, a week or so before Christmas. We were talking before we started about Christmas presents and gifts and stuff like that. And you had the brilliant idea of giving someone the gift for someone who has everything. I mean, the gift for somebody who is like impossible to buy for. And the idea of gifting them an oracle card reading with Vicki Wagner sounds like an amazing thing to me.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I was sitting there having my coffee and I went, how about if I make a post on Facebook that, they can get, a reading, something different, and insightful and
absolutely.
Fingers crossed.
And it's not, I do want to say, well, first of all, let's say somebody has that light bulb moment and goes, oh my God, what a great idea, because it really is a great idea. If somebody wanted to set that up, what would they just get in touch with you and make that arrangement? So how do we get in touch with you?
Well, they can call or text 239-248-0586, or they can email me at Vicki, V-I-C-K-I, Wagner, W-A-G-O-N-E-R, 53@gmail.com. And
as always, we'll have that in the show notes, but we wanted to put that right up front here today because it is such a cool idea. Oh, cool. See what I did there? As the kids say. Yeah, I know.
I think it's
a cool
cold.
idea. And it's not a cold idea, but it is a cool idea. So, oracle card reading as a gift for somebody. And I was going to say, and I will say, that this isn't, some people have this feeling or this belief that, for some people it's true, that when they go to one of these, and I don't like the word, but I'll use it anyway, they go to a psychic. They go to somebody who is giving them messages from beyond or something like that. And they're either worried about what they're going to hear, or they are thinking, oh my God, my late grandfather is going to show up and he was such a curmudgeon and I don't want to hear from him. That kind of That's not what Vicki's oracle card readings are all about.
Right.
Having been through many of them in my years, I'm here to tell you, I can tell you that they are always positive, uplifting, empowering.
Yes.
There may be like, have you thought about this kind of a thing? But my friend Vicki is never going to tell you you are going down the wrong path, doing the wrong thing. She may help you look at some things in your life. And trust me, that's fabulous and worth every moment you invest in it. To find that stuff out for yourself. But it's never like, don't ever cross the road when there's a, whatever. It's not that kind of a thing. Okay,
No, it's
so
always,
right,
yeah, it's always positive, it's informative, it's life-changing. It's a shift of perspective.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly, which
Yeah.
really is what this whole show has always been about, which
Oh,
is kind of changing
yes.
your perspective on life,
Hmm.
opening up your eyes, not just your physical eyes, but opening up your thinking, your vision, your whatever, all of your senses to like,
Yes.
okay, what am I doing and what could I do better and how might that what might that look like? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's stepping back because when you're up against something, it's like right there. You can only see that little bit in front of you. So when you step back, energetically and just what's that word, like uh I can't think of the word. But anyway, so you look at it from that different perspective. You see all
sure.
the parts, and by your choice, you get to move them around or let them go or bring something else in. So I'm there to support you, to encourage you. It's always about the person. What are they going to do with the information? I
Right.
deliver it, and then it's up to them, to
Right.
move it forward.
Right.
But it's but
I
it's
and
it is. It's always very supportive and very positive. Some dark things may come up, but that's when we put the light in it and brighten it up and
right.
shift it. Yeah.
Right. Right. It's always about changing a perspective, your
Yes.
perspective, changing a person's perspective on
Right.
maybe what they're doing or where they're going. I mean, not physically, but it might be physically
Yeah,
where
could
you're
be
going.
physically.
But usually it's where you're going in life kind of a thing.
Yes.
So, and
Yes.
I thought of that because over the weekend I was pruning out some old photos and some old stuff in
Mhm.
my on my iPhone, and I took pictures of all of the cards that you did a reading for me with the last time you
Oh,
and I were
goodness.
together. Yeah,
Yeah.
up there in Blue Ridge, last time we were together, you used, one of your decks of cards, and as you pulled them out and started talking about them, I would take a picture of it so I could remind myself. So,
Right.
right. So anyway, all of this is possible and I can't recommend it enough if you're like having questions about things or just looking for direction or guidance or wisdom or even just another opinion. It's like,
Right.
when you go to the doctor and he thinks he sees something, but he wants a second opinion from somebody.
Right.
Okay,
And
for a doctor, that's fine, but for
yeah,
a person, important.
it
It's
is
important.
important. And a lot of times things also come up as confirmation. Because as
Right,
humans, we tend to question. So for me to be there that they don't know me and I get this information, I'm confirming, it makes it solid. So,
right,
it's like you said, it's very positive. I've had people cry, but that's a good thing.
right,
That's one of my
right,
favorite things to do because when you're
right.
crying, you get to the heart of what's really going on instead of hiding from it. You're feeling it. Now you can take it and shift it. So. So as you know,
Yes,
that's my, I'm
that's
known for that.
that's your thing. That's your
That's
thing.
my
I
thing.
get it.
It
I
makes
do.
me
Yes.
happy because I know that I'm doing my job.
Right. Right.
I know it
And
sounds
that's
cruel.
yeah, no, yeah. I make people cry for a living. That's yes. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah. It's funny that and this is not really totally related, but I do remember back when I was on the radio with our old friend BJ Odom, he and I would,
Yeah.
and if somebody got on the radio, like we would have some people call in for all kinds of reasons, and around the holidays, we
Oh
would
yeah.
take phone calls from people that are going to visit family or having whatever, whatever, whatever. But BJ would always tell me, if somebody starts to cry, you shut up and you let them cry on the radio. And I'm like, why? He says, oh my God, that's so real,
Yes.
which is exactly it. It's like if some,
Yes.
if that, and I know that for myself, I know that for myself. If I've been through in a session with Vicki or anybody else, not that I would do a whole lot of other ones. Normally I talk to her. Um, if you feel that coming up, that means you're getting to something.
Yes. Yes.
That means we are hitting the I don't want to say a nerve, but you're striking the gold in all of this. You're digging down. Boy, that's something
Yes.
like our old friend Debbie Ford would say. You're digging down and finding the gold and stuff. Find her book, folks. Debbie Ford.
Yes.
Uh,
Debbie Ford is great. Yeah.
she's no longer with us, but great author and a great
Yeah.
spiritual leader on that, all sorts of on finding
Mhm.
really what's going on so far down inside that we don't even admit it to ourselves.
Oh yeah.
I think
Oh,
that's a piece of it. And
definitely.
that's, yeah.
Yep.
And again, just to bring it back to Vicky's work, that's not kind of, that is what she does
That
as well.
is what I do.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So again, if you wanted to get in touch with her, it's phone number is, I'm sorry, tell me again.
239-248-0586.
There you go. And the email address?
Email is Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner 53 at gmail.com.
I know those by heart, of course, but I thought I'd let you do them. Do
Thank
you
you.
remember? Change of subject? Do you remember any phone numbers at this point in life?
No, because you know what? I've been trained to go into my phone and it's right there and I hit the button. It's terrible.
Some,
I used to have all these phone numbers in my head. Now I don't even know my husband's. I gotta,
Tell me about it.
I
I used to
know.
know 100 different phone. I mean, I don't know how many, but a lot of other phone numbers,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we get trained by our get. I don't even look for the button anymore. I just say, Siri, call Vicki Wagner, and she does. I'm like, okay, thanks.
I know. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse. I think the blessing is it's all right there in the palm of our hand. The
Yep.
curse is we're not using our brain like we used to.
Yeah.
I look, I
sometimes
put,
I wonder. Sometimes I wonder if I'm using my brain at all.
I
But
know.
yes,
I put
there.
everything on my phone. I call it my brain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know me and my techie toys, I love that
Oh,
stuff. I
yeah.
do. But I also recognize that it's like, wow, I used to remember
Oh, yeah.
Vicky's phone number. I mean, I think I could pull it out of my head because I've known it for 25 years or more. I think I
True.
could pull it out of my head if I needed to. And I know we both had the same area code when we lived in Southwest Florida and we still kept that, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. But yeah, there's so much stuff
I
that I
know.
think to myself sometimes, what should I be remembering and that I'm not? Or what is it, and did I
Yeah.
remember even to put it in the damn phone? I know.
I
I know.
know. Oh boy. It's like I said, a blessing and a curse.
Right. Someday I'm reaching for my phone. That reminded me of something. Because there is, for those of you with an iPhone, and if you don't have an iPhone, get one. But
Oh yeah,
there's
I
a
love it.
thing,
I
there's
love
a
it.
there's a shortcut in your iPhone that's called, I think it's called Remind Me or Remind Me of This or something. And you
Oh,
push one button. I'll show it to you someday. I'll
yeah.
make a video about it. It's my thing.
Yes.
Vicky's is making people cry. Me is helping people with their iPhones. Go figure. But anyway, you push one button and it prompts you. It's like, what do you want to remember? Do you want to put the date and time on it? Do you want to take a picture of this? It will ask you all those things. And if you say, yes, I
Oh,
want to take it'll pop up the camera. You can take a picture and then it'll put a note in your iPhone Notes app, which I
yeah.
couldn't live without. Um, and it can remind you of things.
Gosh.
I know it's amazing. So anyway,
Well, you
stay
are
tuned for that.
definitely, oh, I'm
I
sorry.
need that video, right?
Well, you are definitely iPhone guy. So
I am the iPhone guy. I
you are
kind
the
of am.
tech guy. And
Yeah.
folks, if you need any kind of help, call Bill
There you go.
or
And you can
email Bill. So
find my videos on
what is
YouTube. You
your
go to
information?
yep. iPhone. Well, I was going to say if you want you go to YouTube and you just put in like hashtag Bill's iPhone tips. The little hashtag, the little like number sign
Little thing.
the
Yep.
young kids all know what a hashtag is. Us old folks not so much. But hashtag Bill's iPhone tips or @ sign
Oh,
Bill's iPhone tips,
okay.
and you'll find all my videos and all my contact info there. And it's yeah. But now that we've mentioned it, I need to get on the ball and make a new video about the remind me thing for us old folks. So
Yes,
anyway,
that's cool.
wonderful. All right, so we've only taken the first 14 minutes of the show to talk about all kinds of crazy stuff,
Oh,
but
it's all good.
it's all good. It is all good. As we record this, it's the week after Thanksgiving, and you may hear it a week
Mhm.
later, but we're about a week ahead on our recording. And so we were comparing notes about our Thanksgiving visits that we had and all of
Cool.
that. And that's really, I mean, there was an old spiritual teacher named Ram Dass. For those you
Oh,
who remember,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you go way back to the hippies and the Beatles and going to India and
Hmm.
actually Ram Dass was an American, but he was kind of that same thing. But his favorite line was, "You think you're enlightened? Go spend 2 weeks with your parents."
Oh,
And
okay.
and that'll show you how unenlightened you are. It's like some button pushing and all that stuff that goes on. So, but you and I were both saying we both had a good time, but it is a good kind of sometimes a good test, isn't it, to go back and be with family for an extended period of time and all the stuff that comes with that
Oh, yeah.
and all the things that happen. And we were both saying we were both pretty lucky in that, I did have to remind one friend when I traveled to Southwest Florida back to Venice to be with some friends, and we had I comparing to Vicky's weekend, I had a small gathering of 7 people for
Oh,
Thanksgiving
geez.
dinner. You said you had like 20 something. Good golly.
Yeah, I think it was about 20, 23 people.
I only at one time, there was only one time I actually had to remind one friend not to kill another one of our friends at the dinner. I mean, it was pretty good. I
Whoa.
thought that was,
Okay, expand on that, please.
well, somebody said something to one of the ladies, and
Uh-oh.
the lady turned to me with that look in her eye that I've seen from Vicky several times. And I just walked over to her quietly. I put my hand on her shoulder and I said, "There'll be no killing at Thanksgiving dinner here today. There will be no murder." So, and that seemed to calm things down a little bit. So we were
Oh,
okay. So,
oh boy.
what is it about families that brings that out in people that I
Yeah.
think it's that we know everybody so doggone well that we
Mhm.
know exactly what it is that pushes that button. And I use
Oh,
that
yeah.
cliche, and it is cliche, but everybody knows it, and it's so perfect. It's so
Hmm.
spot on that it's like I know 100 things that I can say to you about something that will just light you up. And why do we do that to each other? What is that in us?
I don't know. I guess sometimes maybe it's people, if they're a little sick, like to see the reaction. I don't know.
I know a lot of times alcohol will fuel that sort of
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I will say that there was very, very, very little alcohol in our particular. Now, I'm not calling out my group as good, bad, or otherwise.
No.
You just see it. You just see it in
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Is it just like I know that I can do it, so I'm going to do it sometimes? It's like the cat that knocks something off the table. It's like, why do they do it? Because they can. They
Because
know
they
that it
can.
will get a reaction from you, so they knock the thing off the table.
Right.
I don't get that. I don't get that. So
So
are
did
you
that.
telling me you went to a gathering of 20 some people and it was peaceful the whole way through?
Yeah, we had a great time. Everybody was laughing and carrying on. There
Wow.
were a lot of little kids, which I, just adore little kids. So that was
Ah,
fun. And it just was really pleasant, and as
awesome.
far as I know, everybody was getting along. There was no fist fights, no cursing,
Right. No, and
a lot
and
of
I'm not
food.
saying that. Yeah, there were no fights or anything at mine
No,
either. There weren't, but like I said, there was that one moment
that
where
one
there was a
little,
look. There was just enough of a
uh,
look to know that a
yeah,
button had been pushed.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see it on somebody's face. And I'm especially me, it's like, you'll know if you're in the deep doo-doo, because my face can't lie.
Yes, yes,
I think
I
you've known
know.
me long enough.
I, I've seen the look. It's
Oh, I
amazing.
know. It's kind of scary.
It's it's like this this cheerful little kitty cat turns into Chucky with the knife and the from the horror movie. Like, okay, all right, I'm just gonna shut
I,
up now.
I don't think
Okay.
I'm that far with the knife, but I've been pretty close.
Right, right. No, yeah, I've never seen her pick up like a weapon of some sort, but the look is there. But the
But
look is
it's
there.
in the eyes.
It is. It's always in the
No,
eye.
I was really surprised because I was really dreading it. I'm not like a lot of people
Yeah,
person because I
right.
feel everything. and sometimes it gets very overloading, but this was very nice. And so it was we left earlier than everybody else, and I think that was good too. We didn't stay there to the very end. Well, we had an hour and a half drive at night, so we wanted to get home, but
Ooh,
but
right,
it was really nice, really
right.
pleasant, and everybody was really happy. And I think because there were a lot of kids there, kids always, make it fun, and I love kids, so I was engaging mostly with the kids versus the adults. Since,
We did.
at 71, I always tell my granddaughters, okay, of the three of us, who's the youngest? And they look at me, point the finger at me, and walk away with like, oh God, there she goes again, you
She
know.
is. Yeah, she is. We didn't have any kids at our gathering, at the gathering I was at. We did have one very pregnant mom. So there will,
Yes, you
by next year,
said.
yeah, there
Oh,
will be.
baby.
She's due middle January. So it was
Oh,
pretty close. Pretty close.
yeah. Yeah, she's on the edge of any time now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So good point. I mean, we're past one holiday. We're heading for Christmas. We're heading for New
Yes.
Year's. We're heading whatever,
Yeah.
it is that you do for the new year. If there's a different holiday, I apologize that I didn't mention it, but you're going to be with people. And
Yeah.
you brought up something that I think could stand a little more discussion. And that's like for people, and I don't want to use the us and them thing, but okay,
Yeah.
for people who are sensitive about that sort of thing, about being with and around other people,
Yeah.
what can you offer us as ways of managing that? Because you're right. I mean, and I'm not guessing, I'm sure that the folks who listen to this podcast, our audience, we love you, are the folks who feel those things, who
Yes.
walk into a place. Good golly, a Walmart. Try Walmart sometime on a
Oh,
Saturday night. It's like,
that's
yeah,
yeah, that's tough.
that's a tough one.
Mm.
But okay, you can avoid that, whatever, maybe. But being with family in big groups, you're gonna feel stuff.
Oh yeah.
How do you do it? How do you manage that sort of thing to keep yourself sane or to keep yourself grounded in those kinds of environments, shall we say?
Well, I try to keep the conversation light, and focus on them, and kind of carry on that little conversation. If I feel overloaded, I'll go and, help people, put stuff out, out on the counters and stuff like that. Um, Also, if I really have to, I'll either go outside or I'll go in the bathroom and I'll just ground myself. You can envision everything being released, everybody else's, energy is released, and then bring it through you, through, the energy of the universe through your head and down through your whole body, and ask to ground yourself, and to clear everything out and ground yourself, and then step back out. And also sometimes I just step back and I just observe. So I almost can I have done this. I've made myself invisible where people will walk right past me and not even see me.
Right.
And that's another way to envision yourself invisible. So you're observing without anybody, kind of attaching to you. Because the other thing about being empathic and being intuitive is people like to tell you all their stories.
Right.
And sometimes that's okay if it's in a small group, but when there's so many energies in there, you kind of have to keep those conversations short because it's very easy to get sucked into it and, start feeling and wanting to empathize and, help them, change things. So it's kind of boundaries, having boundaries of, okay, when you're getting to the point of the edge, step back. Like I said, get yourself busy or sit, in a corner somewhere and just observe instead of
Right.
being engaged. Like I said, go to the bathroom, clear all that energy out.
Right.
And
Right.
like I like to do, I leave early.
I that sounds
I
perfectly
have to.
reasonable. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to hang around until it's like well, especially if there's like dishes to be done. You can avoid that. So, yeah.
Well, oh, I like doing all that because that keeps me busy. And when I'm doing
Right.
that, nobody else wants to do it. So I'm in my own little space.
That's interesting because I'm usually the one I'm not a table cleaner offer, but somebody's going to stack stuff in the kitchen and I'm the one that's going to go in the kitchen and start scrubbing on pots and pans and stuff like that. And yes, I do find that I mean, it's a cliche, but I do kind of find that meditative, where it's like
Yes.
I'm doing something, I'm engaged with something. It's
Yes.
it's it's here and now. I
Yes.
mean, that's the most
Yes.
basic of meditation, and it's also the most powerful of meditation, that it's
Mhm.
like, be here now.
Yeah, be present and you're
Right,
focused. And so when you're
right,
focused on doing the dishes, which I know sounds kind of silly, but it's your space. And how many people come around you when you're cleaning? Everybody seems to, run away. So I use that as my opportunity to kind of break away from it, recharge myself.
right,
And then once I'm done, I'll go back out a little bit. But I don't get into heavy conversations with people, especially if there's big crowds, which
right,
I like to do, but I've got to be careful when there's so many of them. And like I said, and then I'll just find a quiet space and just observe. And if somebody comes over, obviously I'll talk to them.
right,
Yet people kind of go, well, maybe she wants to be by herself, and I kind of put that, intention out there. Just I need a little space. I need to ground, get back grounded in myself.
right, right.
Yeah.
And nowadays, especially the conversation thing, that there's a lot of opportunities for that to go wrong.
Oh,
The
yes.
way the
Oh,
way
yeah.
we seem to have polarized ourselves in
Yes.
terms of, politics and
Mhm.
every other identity that we give ourselves or that
Yes.
we assign to others,
Yeah.
that that's a whole nother issue for a whole nother show, for a whole
Oh,
nother
yeah.
bigger minds than mine to think about.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that we used to be able, used to, oh God, here I am again doing my old man thing. I remember back in the day, ah, you could have a conversation around the dinner table and you didn't start calling people names.
True.
But it's kind
Yeah.
of true. It's kind of
Yeah.
true. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I think the
but
sensitivity level is so high right now that you have to be careful of what you say, what you bring up or whatever, because
yes,
I don't know, I just think people are just sensitive and I'm open to anybody's ideas. It doesn't mean that I always have to agree with it, but I respect what they say. And I'm wondering if some of that has started to fade away where not everybody, so I apologize for that. But the tendency is everybody gets so sensitive and you got to be aware of what's their sensitivity level, you know.
yeah, and I don't. Well, we're not going to answer that in the next 5 minutes, and I wouldn't even try to. But yes, if you can somehow be a little more, and again, I think the people, I hope and I trust that the listeners to this program and other similar programs are probably a little more open-minded in
I feel
terms
so.
of, you be you and I'll
Mhm.
be me, and if we don't agree on it, that's fine. At least we can
That's okay.
sit across the
Yeah,
table or the bar from each other, and whatever.
right.
So yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Although again, as you mentioned, not as easy as it used to be, for reasons that I don't know what they are. I really don't. Well, yeah, I
Well,
have some really good ideas, but again,
yeah,
that's not for another. That's another
right,
day, another show, another whatever. So
right.
yeah,
Mhm.
this whole social media thing is, yeah, makes
Oh,
people,
it's big.
puts people in boxes, and people have
Oh,
to
oh
defend their
yeah.
boxes. My
Yeah.
box is better than your box. Yes. But yes, so anyway, back to our original thing of, just being, I think part of it is just being aware that you are one of those people that does feel things like that. And
Mhm.
if you are going through a life, well, if you're at a point now and you're maybe, I don't know, new to this game of awareness and spiritual growth and all the things that we
Mhm.
talk about on this show, we can both, Vicky and I both can tell you right now, you're going to feel stuff that you're going to go like, wow, that's awful. I mean, I feel terrible at the moment. I feel great at the moment. I feel confused at the moment. And I think for me, because I remember doing this in various meditation groups and with other friends and everything like that, that just if you are feeling something like that, if you are in a situation where you're feeling something that you weren't 2 seconds ago,
Right.
stop and ask yourself, okay, is this mine? Is this
Mhm.
me? Or am I picking up on something in the room? or this other person that I'm talking to, because that's gonna happen to you.
Oh, yeah.
Trust us when we tell you it's
Hmm.
gonna happen, that
Right.
you're gonna have those moments where you feel stuff strongly
Oh, yeah.
in an instant. Like I
Yeah.
said, you walk into a room or a party or a store or
Yeah.
even wherever, walking out on the sidewalk on the street in Blue Ridge, Georgia, whatever, you're going to feel something in that moment. And you're first, and because we're humans, I think we do that. Our first thing is like, oh, I feel awful. I feel sad. I feel happy, whatever.
Right.
Not necessarily, you can feel it, but to put the I in front of it it might not be you. In
Yeah.
fact, it's probably not you,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And check in with yourself and go, is that me? Because I was feeling pretty good. Or is it the person that, walked up or the person that walked by? And so by recognizing it and going, oh, that's the other person, that's another way to release it. Like, okay, and bless them, that hopefully, they'll work it out, yet give it back to them because that is theirs. And they're not doing it purposely, but yet energetically being empathic, being sensitive, it's like you draw it in. So by
Right.
recognizing, this is their stuff. So, I bless them and I hope they figure it out. You're releasing it, giving it back to them because they're the ones that have to handle it. And a lot of times people sometimes even purposely project it onto other people because they don't want to deal with it. So being aware of
Great
it.
point. Talk more about that. Is that something I've got some SHIT going on in my life. Is
Mhm.
that something I'm going to willfully, purposefully, like you said, put out to somebody else? Do we know how that happens? Do we even know how that
Well,
happens?
some people will do that. Some people will want to, want you to join their pity party, so to speak.
Right.
So
Right.
they'll project it onto you, which sounds gross, but I often say vomit on you, their crap.
Right.
And
No, I
then,
get it.
that makes them feel better, like I don't have to deal with it. Well, the thing is that it's going to catch up with you. So
Right.
the best thing is if you got something going on, sit down with somebody that you feel safe with, that you feel comfortable with, and go, hey, this is going on in my life. So that person, instead of, throwing it on them, is looking at it from the perspective of, okay, I've got this. What can I do with it? And so having someone, to help you, to talk with you about it, go, well, look at it from this perspective, or what is
Right.
going on, or why are you holding on to it? Are there memories from the past that are being brought up now because maybe you're ready to deal with it?
Right. Right.
And sometimes that gets our attention. It'll get in our face because the universe knows we're ready to deal with it. We don't think we are. We don't want to handle it, but they'll get very creative in making sure that you work things out. You know? So the best thing to do is go, okay, obviously, they're trying to get my attention. What's going on? What have I been hiding from? How can I deal with this and shift it?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, like you said, just the simple act of involving somebody in your conversation and your thoughts and your whatever, they may not be willfully, like with intent, putting something out to you, and yet they're in a space where I walk by, I meet my friend at the park for pickleball, and I say, hey Lori, how's it going? And I'm sorry I asked 5 minutes later because she's just spewing, like you said, vomiting stuff. Not
Mhm.
through any, again, not through any willfulness on their part. It's just I open the door, they step
Yes.
through.
Oh, yeah.
you
That's
know,
an invitation.
yeah, I volunteered for it by the simple asking of a simple question. How's it going? How you doing? What's up? And they're going to tell me.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
it's not always the best. I think that's probably one of the reasons why we as humans we kind of develop that small talk thing. It's like, how's it going? Oh, I'm good. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right,
Sure.
see you
To the
tomorrow.
point.
See you tomorrow. Whatever. Eh, Meaningless.
Yeah.
Meaningless in the cosmic scheme of things,
Right.
But okay, I've done my job as a human, and I asked, and I showed I showed a penny's worth of compassion there, or something like that. How you doing? I'm good. Okay, good. Glad
Good.
to hear it. Yeah. The challenge is that some people you ask how they're doing, they're going to tell you.
Oh, that's like, oh, wait a minute, let me get my laundry list.
Right, right. I got a list. I'm glad you're here. Like the candy bar commercial. Get a Snickers bar. You're not going anywhere for a while. Yeah, it's going to be a while. So anyway, there you go. So as you're going through life, and again, talking to our people, our audience, whatever, as you're going through
Right?
life, you're going to have to deal with some of that stuff. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
always pretty. It's not. Now, you might ask somebody how they're doing, and they're having a fabulous day.
Oh,
They
yeah.
whatever. They're just and brightens your day, brightens their
Oh,
day.
yeah.
They got to tell you about their wonderfulness and all that. But again, as humans, even going on a 50-50 chance, it's not going to be. And my experience, I don't know about you, my experience has been it's more like, 70-30 that your chances are they're going to tell you their problems, not how great it
Yes.
is. So,
Yeah. I get that a lot, that people,
right.
they can feel me and they just walk up to me and tell me things. And I look and I go, some of this I really don't need to hear. Thank
Hand
you.
them hand them a business card. My I've mentioned him before, Michael Neal. I've mentioned Michael Neal before on this
Oh,
show. He's
yes.
an author and a writer and a speaker and all that, and he has a great
Mhm.
series of books. And his favorite, because he does coaching stuff
Yeah.
too, and he would always say, people ask me, how do you get into the coaching business? And he would say, A, be the most wonderful, fabulous, uplifting, terrific person you can be for yourself.
Yes.
B, people will be drawn to you like moths to a fire and
Oh,
will
yeah.
want to share with you. C, when that happens, charge them by the hour. So there you go. I'm not saying you have to start charging your friends by the hour. I'm just
No,
saying
no.
if you're doing this professionally, like our friend Vicki, you get paid for that sort of a thing. You get,
Well, yeah.
and you're providing a fabulous service.
Hmm.
Don't be afraid to get paid for it. All right, fine. All right. So with that, now that I've lightened things a little bit, let's take a break. Look at that. We got on a roll and we're chatting. So let's take a quick
Okay.
break. Go refill your coffee. Do whatever you need to do. We will be right back. Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show. Welcome back. This is The Practical Path. My name is Bill Sklodowski, along with my friend and partner, Vicki Wagner. We tackle life's biggest issue. No, we don't. We help people with getting through life on a daily basis, and that's enough. That's a good thing. So,
Yeah. We just share
now,
and
right.
yeah.
Show you care. We
Yes.
started off the hour talking about this great idea that you had about if you're looking for the Christmas gift for the person who has everything. I mean, come on, you can only buy so many pairs of socks for somebody, right? Um, or underwear. Great. Although I
Yeah,
can use
really.
both at the moment, but that's a whole nother story for a whole other day. Christmas gift for the person who has everything is an oracle card reading with Miss Vicki Wagner, which will be something they will remember a lot longer and get a lot more benefit out of than the next pair of socks. Trust me. So,
I hope so.
how does that work? And then how do we get in touch? How do you do with this? I'm assuming you do this over phone or a Zoom call, or what do you? How
Oh,
does it work?
I can do it over the phone. I can do it, over FaceTime or Zoom. It's energy is energy. So even though you're not sitting right there, we're still connected. And they can call at my number 239-248-0586 or text or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagner, Wagoner 53 at gmail.com.
And
And
as
thank you.
always, like we said, yes, you're welcome. As always, like we said, that information will be in the show notes. So if that's
Mhm.
something you're interested in, you can wherever you listen to this podcast on Apple or Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, wherever you listen to us, the show notes will have those phone numbers and all. And if not, just email us. She gave the email. That's easy stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
Vicki, no IE, Vicki, Wagner,
right.
Wagoner, number 5353 at gmail.com. There you go. All right. So yes, we were talking we were talking about all kinds of things before the break there, and I did a pretty good job of covering. I like the idea of being able to manage, protect, whatever the word you choose, your own energy. And by that, it's like feelings. It really is. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, of when you're, especially now holidays, you're going to be around people. Some of them you may love, some of them you may not. Well, I shouldn't say that. You love everybody. Of course, you love everybody. Okay, maybe not. Let's be
Tolerate.
honest. Yeah, let's be honest. Um, Managing your own reactions, interactions
Mhm.
to the energies that other people put out and the
Definitely.
importance of that. And it's a big deal.
It is.
And first recognize that the things you might be feeling might not be yours. It might be
Yes.
coming from somewhere else or
Mhm.
something else for
Yeah.
that matter.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that. And then if you need to, rewind this show a few minutes and listen where Vicki gave some ideas about how you can ground yourself, clear yourself, filter that sort of thing out, and all of that. I remember you mentioned, and you didn't mention this a few minutes ago, but it's something you told me years ago, which is
Okay.
either imagine as you stand or sit that you're standing on like this finely this small fine gold fishnet,
Yeah, the
like
golden city.
in the middle of a hula hoop kind of a thing, and you
Yeah.
pick that
Yeah.
up and pull that up, and it
Yes.
filters all of the junk out of you. It's a good.
Yes.
I've used that. It's a good. It doesn't matter what you actually do in your brain. It's the feeling you get from it. It's the results
Yes.
the thing that you actually, and if it helps you figure that out, if that gives you a little mental picture of what you're
Mhm.
doing, you do it. Whatever works for you, well, you do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
So,
I thank you for bringing that up. I had forgotten it. It's the golden sieve. So envision like a sieve, we all have sieves in our,
right.
kitchen.
Kitchen. Yep.
Imagine it at your feet and imagine that sieve just going up over your entire body and it takes everybody else's energy and then just, loving it, give it to the universe and they'll take care of it. And then fill yourself back up with the light of the universe and then anchor it to the middle of the earth and then bring it back up and anchor it up to the heavens. So then you get that protection all around you and you're anchored. You feel steady, you feel strong.
Right.
So thank you for
Correct.
that.
Oh, that's all right. You're welcome. Sometimes as we go through life, and this
Oh,
is
yes.
related to it, and I did want to spend a few minutes on it because I found this interesting article online this week. Because sometimes in life, I mean, we do want to be good and helpful and friendly and all the
Mhm.
good things that we aspire to be, and yet sometimes in life we just don't want to do something that someone else has asked of us. And so the article I
Mhm.
found is titled "The Selfishness Secret: Embracing the Liberating, Life Enhancing Power of saying no.
Oh,
I
good
know, right?
one. That's a good
And it
one.
was written by this guy who was having memories of his mother in later life when she. 'Cause it's always interesting that it's like it, a lot of this happened later in life when you just don't care as much anymore. You don't. You're not trying to make everybody around you happy so much anymore. And
And
this
you
guy said,
can't.
my mother developed the um, mantra, the personal mantra of "I'd rather not."
Oh,
I'd rather not, which is
okay.
kind of a nice way to say no,
No.
right?
And that's
And
a
it's
tough
like,
one. Yeah.
yeah, it says I've changed the details of the story but kept the gist of it. Let's say my mother was recently invited to join a book club by one of her mutual friends, but she didn't want to go. Rather than suffer monthly invitations to attend something she had no desire to do and to invent a different excuse every time, or worse, simply not go and not be liked for it, she delivered the mantra, I'd rather not. And
Yes.
isn't that it's like and this guy remembering his mother says I was quite stunned to discover this. I felt the kind of shock when I discovered different flavors of candy bars. I didn't realize they could make chocolate that color. Anyway, he's going through his life and all of that stuff, but again,
Yes.
he says, I'm at the stage in life when I don't have the time or energy to read everything, talk to everybody, see everything, see every movie, etc., etc. He says, so when I force myself to do those things, I end up asking myself, usually the day after, why on earth did I ever say yes to that?
Oh, yeah. Been there
I
a few
know, right?
times.
And I think we have that. I know I do. I'll speak for myself. I can't speak for all of our friends and listeners. I do have that tendency in me that I have, and I'm not sure which order it happens in, but I'll just throw out a few things. I want to be nice. I want to be liked. I want to have get the approval of my friends around me and all of that stuff. I want to be
Mhm.
agreeable. I don't want to be a jerk about stuff. So I end up saying yes to things
Ooh.
that, well, frankly, I'd rather not.
Mm, yeah. Good one. That was a good.
I, well, I mean, it's right. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and I know, I mean, I don't know, I'm guessing that again, a lot of people have something like that going on in their head
Mhm.
to think, well, if I said no, they won't invite me the next time, they won't like me as much, they won't blah 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 blah, all
Oh,
these
yeah.
reasons.
Oh, yeah.
So his conclusion, in order to build a better life, a certain degree of selfishness over your wants and needs over yours over others is necessary. Let's not think selfishness. Here's a different word for you, prioritizing. Ooh, I like
Oh,
prioritizing, right?
yes.
Not
Yeah.
all the time, not in every circumstance, et cetera, et cetera. Am I, now, I am not suggesting you abdicate all responsibility or being unnecessarily cruel, but part of growing up and becoming your own person involves discovering your own desires and priorities and ensuring that you are living the life you want rather than the life others want you to live.
Yes. And the word that popped in my head is boundaries.
Boundaries is huge,
Hmm.
huge.
Yeah.
So, so good. Any
Yeah. I
other
like that.
thoughts? I mean,
No,
I
I
think
like that.
I would say for Vicky, I pretty much know that if she doesn't want to do something, she just flat out says no. But do you suggestions for the rest of us, or what you may have done in the past, or something like that?
I've before, when I was younger, I would just go along with everything because I just thought, oh, I don't want to be a bad person. I want everybody to like me, blah, blah,
Yes,
blah.
yes, yes.
And as I've gotten older, it's like, what about me being my own best friend? What would I do for my own best friend? And so I look at it if I don't want to do something, I said, well, it just doesn't feel right for me, or maybe another time,
Right.
or, I'll think about it, which, kind of like it's a gentle way of just kind of sliding out, you know.
Yeah, but that's an excuse. I'll think
That's
about
an
it as an
excuse.
excuse.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I think as I've gotten older and I've gotten stronger in who I am and what I want and what I don't want, I'll just say no, thank you.
right, right, right.
Like, maybe next time. And I had that happen this morning. Somebody, wanted me to meet for coffee, and it's, well, we have, the podcast here. And I said, I have things, already planned. How about we do it another day?
Right.
So
Right.
it's a way of saying, yes, I want to do it, but today isn't going to work.
Right. Right. But I'm going to call you on that a little bit because you
Okay.
do want to make sure that, well, you do what you want to do, but I'm going to say I would want to make sure that it really is something I do want to do. I just can't do it
Okay.
today because of schedule. To me, there's a difference there between, okay, I do want to have
Yeah.
coffee with this person eventually, as opposed to I'd rather not.
I
That
like
to
that. I'd
me,
rather not.
that's a
Yeah.
definite no. I
Yeah,
mean, it doesn't, you didn't say no to their face, but you were, yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes, and again, there's a piece of this article that says that doing that, the I'd rather not, means
Yes.
sometimes putting your feelings ahead of other people's feelings and knowing why you are doing it and
Hmm.
acknowledging to yourself that it might indeed hurt someone that you love and care about.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying hurt in terms of intentional stuff
No,
like that, but
no.
they want you to do something you don't. Now there's a black and white real decision that needs to be made here.
Right. Yeah.
And I can say yes to the thing I don't want to do to be to gain to hopefully gain some other benefit, to be
Right.
liked, to be appreciated, whatever,
Right.
whatever, whatever.
Hmm.
Or saying the no, knowing that it might cause a little hurt for now,
Right.
but I'm going to trust that I'm going to stay friends with this person. They're going to ask me the next time. And then I can make a different decision should I choose to. But for
Right.
right now, yeah, you kind of have to, well, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to listen to this show if you don't want to. Why you wouldn't want to, I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm not here to give people rules to live by. That's not my
Oh,
job.
no. No.
But I am offering you some suggestions
Yes.
about what might help. And one of those
Yeah.
things is learning to say no to things that you don't want to do, to feel, to
Yeah.
experience, to whatever. So,
Yeah, because we're raised with you don't want to hurt people's feelings,
right,
make sure that you're kind, this and that. And
right.
we forget ourselves. So we're giving, 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 even though we don't want to. So I like
Yes.
that. And I appreciate you correcting that with what I just said.
Oh,
You're right. It's like, no, thank you.
right.
And
Right. And you have to trust that again that the next time around they may ask something again and you may be open to it or whatever. But
yeah. Hmm.
again, people who do care about each other, people who are friends, who can continue to want to have that friendship,
Right.
you can say no. You can say no
Yeah.
to something.
Yeah.
It just is. It
You know,
just works that way.
yeah, or say, well, thank you for, thinking about me. Yet
Hmm.
that's really not my thing. Or, I'd rather like, I'd rather
Right.
not, you know.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
because we're ingrained as kids, always be polite, talk to, adults with respect and this and that. So I think it gets ingrained, and at some point you lose taking care of yourself, making sure that
Right.
everybody else is taken care of. So it's a really good
Right.
point that in this article of, no, thank you, or, I'd rather not, which is just
I
making a
just while
statement.
we're chatting, and I find myself doing this more and more these days. Why we were talking earlier about relying on our phones for everything that
Oh,
goes on in our
yes.
brain.
Yeah.
While we're chatting, I opened up a Google page and I said, "Nice ways to say no."
Oh, I like that. Okay, what
To
are
say
they?
no nicely, and this is what Google returned in with their little it didn't talk to me, but thankfully their little AI search. To say no nicely, you can use phrases like "I'm afraid I can't," "I'm not able to right now," "Unfortunately, I have other commitments," "Thank you for thinking of me, but I have to decline."
Oh, I like
That's
that one
kind
because
of
you're
long and
thanking them
involved, but it's
and
good.
yeah.
And then, of course, the maybes are I'd love to, but my schedule is full, or I'm not able to take on anything else at this time. I've used that I've something similar to that because
Okay.
you're on social media, you're always getting approached by people who want to sell you something or involve you with
Oh,
something or
yeah.
whatever. And
Mhm.
one of my favorites is, yeah, my plate is totally full right now. Can't
Oh,
take anything else. Thanks for thinking of me, whatever. So yeah,
okay. That's a good one.
right,
So you're
right.
you're acknowledging them, yet also taking care of yourself.
And just to let Mr. Google finish his thought here, key points to remember when saying no politely, including express appreciation. Even if you plan on saying no, start by acknowledging the person's offer with "Thank you for thinking of me" or "I appreciate you asking."
Oh,
That's
that's
cool.
nice. Yes.
Softens the blow a little bit, right?
Yes. No, yeah, definitely.
Right. Give a reason if appropriate. Briefly explain why you can't. See, that to me is that's a bit of a cop out if you'd just rather simply say no. But
Yeah.
again, in some cases, you're
Yeah.
busy, your schedule's full, I'm going to be out of town, whatever, whatever.
Right.
So there might be a reason.
Right.
Be sincere and direct. Don't feel the need. This is good, and I like it. Don't feel the need to over apologize. Simply state your
Oh,
decision clearly.
yes. That's a good one. Yep.
Right. And last but not least, offer alternatives if you choose. If you can't do
Yep.
something right now, suggest another time or a different way. So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
all good.
That
All
is
good.
good. I like that. Yeah.
I was talking to one of my friends at the Thanksgiving dinner I was just at, and she was trying to parse out a way to say something, and I know this person very well, somebody you're familiar with as well. She's great, air quotes. She's
Okay.
great at over explaining things. At
Oh,
well, and
yeah.
maybe explaining isn't even the right word. Maybe it's like at over qualifying she'll tell you she would say no but then start following up with something or offer a suggestion or tell you what again so along the long story short is the baby's coming. I mentioned we had a pregnant mom. Baby's coming.
Yes.
People want to see the baby on the day of or whatever, whatever, whatever.
Oh,
And mom is like, they're being super cautious now because their doctor or guest is being cautious about be careful who you're around for the first couple of weeks. Make
oh
sure the
yeah.
baby gets a good start, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And this person would say, but I really want to see the baby. I said, well, and then she started to vomit on me all the different reasons, the things she was going to say to mom and dad to make sure that they understand. I said, no, stop. I said, stop.
Yeah.
I said, be and as Mr. Google said there, be sincere and direct. And I said, for you, the direct is the important one.
Yeah.
People, mom and dad, seeing this baby, introducing myself to the new baby is very important to me. Can we make that happen?
Yes. Yeah.
And then I said, did you hear what I did there? She said, what? I said, say it, put a period at the end of it, and shut up. Yes, I did. I did get a little loud
No, that's
because I
okay.
think some people, I'm not going to say I think, I know because I
Yeah.
did it a lot. Some people will say that, seeing the baby is very important to me. Can we make that happen? Because I'd really like it and it'd be great and we can make, no, shut up, say what you intend to say and let them answer
Yeah.
because we give people an out or we give them a reason to not give us what we want or we give whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, and I have no doubt in my mind. This comes from 25 years in the radio business, where I had 60 seconds to say something and not 61. I had
Oh,
60
yeah.
seconds to say something, right? So
Yes.
every word matters. Every word counts. Every word has a job to do.
Yeah.
So when I tell somebody when somebody asks me my opinion on how to express themselves, say what you want, be kind, be direct, be sincere, and then shut up.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not turning anybody off out there. But it's just we overcomplicate communications. We
Yes.
overcomplicate everything in life. Communications
Yeah.
is one of
Yeah. Communication is a big one. You're right. And I like that. Direct to the point, here it is. And then that takes some of the pressure off of you. It takes a lot of pressure off of the person that you're talking to because they're like, oh my God, what do I do? I don't want to hurt their feelings. But when
them.
it's direct to the point, there it is. It's a statement. How do you argue a statement? Yeah.
I got that from you. I mean, that's your thing about making a statement about something, not an
Mhm.
opinion, not a desire, not a whatever. Make a statement about. Now, if that statement is something you desire, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's you can tell me what you want. I'm cool with that.
Hmm.
But don't, like it said, don't over apologize or over explain yourself
Yes.
or give somebody six different options about something. This is what I want, and this is,
Here it
you know,
is.
and here
Yeah,
it is, and what's our next step? That's always a
exactly.
good one.
Yeah.
That's kind of a businessy thing, but it's a good one. What's the next step in this process? Now,
Right.
that might could generate an uncomfortable moment of silence, but it's okay. It's okay.
People are
I
going to do
love
what
that.
they're going to do, but if you make it with the intention of here it is,
Right.
and then you're done, and then they
Yes.
can make their choice. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So put that to work in the next few weeks when you're at your holiday parties or your gatherings with family or friends or whatever, and
Right.
learn how to say no nicely. I'd rather
Yeah.
not.
And it's okay to say no
Yes, it
because
is.
everybody thinks, oh, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. But if you say, okay, I will, and blah, 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 well, it's like mud, they don't know what the heck is in there,
Right.
It's like,
Right.
no, thank you. There's your answer.
And we have and we will do more, and I'm sure many more shows about making sure that you, and I mean you individually, you, me, our
Right?
listeners or whatever, are getting the things you want in life for yourself.
Yes.
And yeah, I admit it, I know it because I'm that guy. I'm thinking, oh, but if I want this and they don't, ooh, that's gonna make me look bad, feel bad, be a bad guy, whatever, whatever, whatever.
Mhm.
I don't want to open that whole can of worms because we're coming down to the end of the hour. But again, that's another
Yeah.
show for another day.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of that goes back to childhood. So when we're ready to do that, we'll go
There you
dive
go. I'm
deep
writing
into
that
that
down
one.
for the next time. There you go. I love that. So yes. Okay.
We always
Awesome.
have fun.
The hour always flies by. It does. All right.
It does.
So that's going to do it for this hour. Look at that.
I know.
We've been talking all through the show about the idea of the Christmas gift for the person who has everything, the Oracle card reading with Vicki Wagner, which I think is fabulous and
Thank you.
costs less than a Gucci bag would cost anyway. So trust me, it does. So, and it's worth a lot more anyway, I think.
Yes.
That's my opinion. That's what
Yes.
I'm saying.
I love
If
it.
people wanted to get in touch with you and schedule that for themselves or a loved one, how would they do that, Miss Vicki?
Well, they can call or text my number 239-248-0586 or email VICKI Wagner, WAGONER 53@gmail.com.
And as we said, all of that in show notes. If you're interested in learning more about your gadgets and gizmos, go to YouTube and look up Bill's iPhone tips. Just do a @ sign. I think it's an @ sign, or it might be a hashtag. I'm not sure. Just try one or the other. Bill's iPhone tips. It'll come up. You'll find it. Look
And
for
you're
the guy with
great
the
at
big
it.
red shirt and the phone in his hand. So that's all of my
Yeah.
videos have the picture of me on them. So it's all good. So
And if you call or text or sign up, you'll be very happy.
that's right.
No,
There you
you
go.
are the best.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. God bless
You
you.
are.
I appreciate that. All right, everybody. Have a great week. If you have to say no, just do it nicely, but do it. Just don't
Yes.
commit to things you don't want to do. So, especially now this holiday season, there's going to be a
Yes.
lot of stuff pulling on
Oh,
you.
yeah.
We understand that. It's okay. You'll
So,
get through it. We'll all get through this together. All right.
and like I say, be your own best friend first.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. That we should like turn that into like a catchphrase or something
I
a little
know.
short and snappy and something like that. So I'll say, so keep that in mind. So hold that
Okay.
thought, and you're going to say it as the last thing we say on this show. Okay. So I'm going to
Okay.
say, I'm Bill Sklodowski. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. And you can say,
I'm Vicki Wagner. Be your own best friend.